Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week. Make sure you sub, share, like, comment. Check out my other videos. Happy Valentine's Day. I have no one to say it to, so I'll say it to you guys. Anyways, we got climbing the ski jump, right? I almost forgot what I was going to talk about, but this is back when me and my friends, right, we all got our cars kind of around a similar time. By that I mean like in September when I turned 16, I got my car. My other friend's birthday's like 6 days after mine, so then he got a car. And then my other friend, he already had a car, but he wasn't 16 yet. He turned 16 right after Christmas, so boom, we all have cars, right? I know, like, September to December, that's a couple months away, but you get what I'm saying. In like 3 months, all of our friend group got cars, so it was sick, right? And we'd always go over to my grandpa's, even before that, we'd get picked up, we'd go there and party, but going there with cars was the first time we were like, hey, like, we can go do whatever and come back and sleep here, right? Like, and that's when we'd start going to parties, or we'd drive around, or just look for stuff to do, right? And on this day, because by their house, there's this giant ski hill, right? Or it's a jump actually, but it is a giant hill too. And we drove past it during the day, I think like the week before, right? And there's this big fence to keep you out, and there's barbed wire and stuff. Like, they do not want you going in, but there was a part of the fence where it looked like someone already snuck in, right? Like, the bottom of the fence was like lifted. It was one of those metal fences, and even though it had barbed wire on the top, you get what I'm saying? Like, it looked like someone grabbed the bottom of it with like super strength and just pulled it up. So there was a tiny space you could like lay under. So our plan was, instead of going during the day, let's wait till night, like what, like 10, 11, 12, and then let's go and we can climb it, or we can just not climb it, we can just go and see it, right? Because even from my grandpa's house, right, my grandma and grandpa's house, even from there, you could see the top of the ski jump, but you couldn't see the full thing, right? And once you're on the road, you can see the full thing, but we were younger and we wanted the full experience. We also brought joints with us, so when we climb it, we could smoke, right? It was pretty cool. So we get there, and I remember we parked the car like a little bit away, probably like 2 football fields behind where we were going, right? Like by this neighborhood. Well, it was all a neighborhood that led up to it, but you get what I'm saying. We just parked in between two houses, like 200 yards back. So then we get out, we start walking, and I remember it was definitely warmer out because all I remember having on is like a hoodie and shorts. Like, it wasn't freezing. I didn't have a coat on. And I remember we lifted, or the thing was already lifted up, but we had to like help each other get under it, like one person had to hold it, push it up while the others climbed under. So we do that. It was a little dusty, but it was fine. No cuts, no fence cuts, nothing bad, right? So we get in there, and the first thing that you walk into is the maintenance, like the maintenance shed. So I see that, and I'm like, this isn't the ski jump, like, what's in here? And we tried the handle, but it was locked, and anyways, it was probably just equipment in there, like, it was nothing special. Plus, our plan, like, we weren't looking to take anything anyways, so that's not what we were trying to do. But we walked up, there's that shed, it was locked. We're like, okay, whatever. We keep walking, and there's this big staircase, right? And you see it, and you're like, hey, this looks like it'll lead somewhere. And you go up it and turn to the right, and you go through these, like, it's like a tiny little path with a couple of trees on either side, and then boom, you see it, right? You're right at the bottom of the ski jump. Well, not really at the bottom, because there's a landing, obviously. Like, I don't know how big the jump is, maybe 25 to 50 feet. Like, if you took, like, I'm trying to think of like car lengthwise, right? If you took like 15 cars, more than that, like 20 cars, and lined them up, it'd be like that far, right? Like, it's a big landing strip. Or if someone falls, like, it's not safe, but you get what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of space for them to fall. It's all flat, no rocks, like, it's fine, right? But obviously this is summer, so it's all grass, there's no snow. But we're standing at the bottom of this staircase, and it looks like you're climbing like the Great Wall of China. It's crazy. Because of how curved it is, because the jump literally goes like this. It goes down, 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 up. Like, at the last second, it goes up. That's how they get, super high in the air. So we're standing at the bottom of this, so think about it. We're like a little vertical. So if you look straight ahead, you see the path, and it looks like we have to start walking downhill, and then we go up. So we're like, hey, let's start our journey, you know? And I remember I think at the time I had a Juul. I remember I was trying to put it in party mode at some point during the night, but that's a good memory, right, Jules? But we keep walking up, and I wasn't nervous at all, like on the way there talking about it or anything. But once we got to about halfway up there, I was getting nervous. Like I'm scared of heights a little bit, not even a lot, not even like a phobia thing, but we were getting to the point where it was like, man, if like someone falls backwards, like it could be bad. And especially if someone does get hurt, like how are we supposed to call the cops or the ambulance or anything, right? Be like, hey, we broke into the ski hill. Like, I get where in a serious situation it'd be better to call because, like, they don't care that much compared to someone dying or something. But, like, obviously, if we don't need to, we're not going to. So we're walking up it, and I'm like, man, this is scary. Let me get the joint out. I was like, you know what? I don't even need to make it to the top. I just want to smoke this joint on the way up, right? So I light the thing, and at first I was in the way back, but of course people want to hit it, so I ended up moving to the front. I'm leading my friends, which made me feel a little bit safer, because that way if I fall backwards, at least I'm landing on someone, you know? So I'm walking up, and there was a railing on the left side, so I was using that. But once I got the joint, I was just walking, smoking, right? And finally, after like, I'm trying to think about how actually long it took us to walk it. Probably like 11 minutes, 10, 11 minutes. It was a hike, right? Because when you're going up, you're holding onto the railing like really walking uphill. And you finally get up there, and there's all this like guarding stuff. It's like, don't come over this line, don't come over here, you know? And then there's a sign like skiers enter here, and there's this tiny little like track thing, and you can tell that if there was snow there, like that's the part there wouldn't be snow. Like that's where they either melted or shovel it, because you could see like the ski tracks even in the grass, like it wore out over time, right? And I think it might have been even fake grass, I'm not sure, but all I know is we got to the point where it was like we could look over the edge, right? And you know, me and my friends, being guys, being younger, not the smartest, we were like, hey, someone should go over the edge, you know? Like, someone, not like all the way over, obviously, but someone should just hold on to the railing and climb over. So, me, I'm like, hey, I'll do it if someone else does it. I don't want to do it alone. And my one friend's like, I'll do it if he does it. So, really, all three of us have to do it, which was the dumbest idea, because if someone does fall, you don't want all three of us falling. I mean, you don't want anybody falling, but it's better to just be one than three. So we climb on the other side, and I don't know why, I was doing this one-handed because I still wanted to hit the joint. I could have set it down. Nope. I am hitting it, climb over this railing, and it was terrifying. I remember my hands were like, what's it called? I don't want to say moist, that's gross, but you get what I'm saying now. I had like sweaty palms, clammy hands, right? And I'm hitting the joint, holding on to this thing for dear life. My hands are shaking, and my friend, he's going like, like he's pretending to let go, you know, and I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. And we climb over, right? Now this is where it gets nerve-wracking or scary, right? We're sitting there, coolest like vibe ever. I remember I put on this playlist that had like Juice and just a bunch of rappers on it, right? And we're sitting there listening to it, smoking the end of this joint, and we look down to where where we came in, which was behind us. So, you know, we kind of had to do like one of those, but we were sitting by this rail, so we were completely safe unless like a tornado came through, you know? But I just looked back to see, hey, can we see the car from here? And right by that maintenance shed where we snuck in, there's a dude with a flashlight. So I'm like, oh shit. I you know, tap my friend. I'm like, yo, look, like, is that a cop? Who is that? And he's like, it has to be cop or like secret, not secret, what's the word I'm looking for? Private. It's got to be a cop or like private security, right? So we were like, okay, let's, you know, first of all, let's not get caught. But if we do, let's not, like, I don't know, make it seem like we have anything on us, you know, or if it is a private security guard, let's not get shot, basically, right? So we start climbing down, and luckily, this guy, he didn't start walking up. If he would have started walking up, he would have caught us immediately, right? Because even though it was dark, you can tell if someone's walking up the stairs, so he would have known we were there. So we walk down as fast as we can, going down a giant ski hill, like, staircase, you know, like, decently quick. And we get to the bottom, and we're looking for the guy, and we have no idea where he is, right? And then we have to make a decision. We can either go back the way we came, through that little path with the trees on either side, and that leads to right where we saw him, or we can go around, like, this this other side where it wasn't a path. I mean, it wasn't a designed path like the in between the trees one was, but it was like the metal fence with the barbed wires right here, and then there's like the building that I don't even know if it's like bathrooms or where people change into their ski outfits or whatever, right? But there's this long brick building, and it's like the tiniest little passageway. Like if I'm like this, it's like just it was like that, right? And I had to squeeze through to get through. We snuck past the cop. It was fine, right? That was the way we ended up taking, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but those were our two options. The safer way, but the cop maybe, or, you know, try to nuzzle through, and that's what we ended up doing. And I remember when I was going through that little crevice, you know what it reminded me of? In Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, when they're running from the gym coach dude, and he's like, you can't run away from me, or whatever he says. He says some funny shit though. But thank you guys for watching. We ended up, you know, I was about to end it right there, but you know, we snuck through that tiny crevice. We came out by where we came in, where the gate was lifted up, but the gate was open, right? Because the guy opened it, the flashlight guy, and there was a truck that was parked like, I don't know, 10 feet away from that fence, but it wasn't on or anything, so we knew he wasn't in there. We knew he was still looking. I mean, I'm sure he probably got a call about us sneaking in, or he was just checking, right? But we kind of, not book it, but we walk quick to the car, get in there, go back to the house, completely fine, right? But it was a good little adventure, especially for being younger. Like now, it would still be cool, but it wouldn't be as cool, you know? But like when you're 16, that's an adventure right there. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you sub, share, like, comment. Check out my other videos. And if you sub, it really helps. Means a lot. If you ever need anything, hit me up. My bio is, or my Insta is in the bio. And I'll answer whoever. Same with comments. Thanks for watching. Be safe and peace out.